Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 8 of the Ravine Rundown Podcast with me, Miguel, Navarro, and my boy, Serge. Serge, how are we feeling for episode 8, baby?
What's up, Miggy? Welcome back, guys, to the Ravine Rundown Podcast. I can't believe it's episode 8 already. We've talked a lot of Dodger baseball, but it's only going to be more. We're feeling good, man. Again, the Dodgers have been kind of up and down. It's kind of been the same thing all season long, but feeling pretty good. Miggy, how are you feeling? I know you express your frustrations a lot. I think a lot more than I do. I think you have this team to a lot higher standard, but it's how it's supposed to be, man. We have an absolutely loaded roster, and they're not playing to that Dodger baseball that we know.
Oh, yeah, for sure, Serge. So, if you guys missed the last episode, you guys should definitely check that out. It's on our YouTube channel. But, basically, the kind of premise and summary of that entire episode was the Dodgers haven't been playing good baseball. We have a lot of holes. We have a lot of inconsistent play. We have a lot of guys dealing with injury that have just really been annoying to deal with, quite frankly, this season. And because of that, it's created frustration with us as the fans, and the Dodgers in that time just weren't really playing good baseball. And we kind of expressed how this next part of the season, I think from the time we recorded that was I want to say May 20 something up until June 18th, there was going to be playoff team, and we're seeing it. The Yankees, the Mets, the Padres, the Cardinals, the Guardians. I mean, just nothing but good teams. And we needed the Dodgers to step up. And now we're kind of in the middle of that stretch that we were talking about. And the Dodgers have played just mediocre 500 baseball.
500 baseball, that's kind of where it's been. We've only had one game where it was complete domination. That was game 2 against the Yankees where we put up 18 runs. And that was a game, man, where I was kind of thinking, you know what, this might be the turn. Because, again, in game 1, it was a really good game. The offense was great. The energy was amazing. It was against the Yankees, the 2024 World Series matchup. We won 8-3 that game, and then in game 2, we put up 16 more runs than the Yankees. I was like, okay, we're back. We're here. And then in game 3, it was all over again. Bad bullpen, bad starting pitching. The offense shuts down. And then in this starting with this Mets series, and kind of the same thing in the first Mets series. We lost 2 out of 3. The Guardians series, those first 2 games, we lost the last one in bad fashion. So again, we've been playing we heat up for a game or 2, and then we bring it back down to mediocre. And it's just I don't even remember the last time we got a sweep, Miggy. And that's bad. We should be sweeping these teams. And I don't remember the last time we had a sweep. The Rockies just swept the Marlins. They're a 10-51 team. And they just did a sweep. We could have swept the Marlins, but they could sweep it. I don't know. It's we grab them by the horn, and we just can't finish the job. I don't know. It's frustrating, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think that although we're still winning, we're still a competitive team, and although our record's I want to say 3rd or 4th best in baseball still right now, we're just not playing to our standard. Coming into this season, the talk was the Dodgers are overpowered. The Dodgers have so much talent. They have so much depth. And we've had all the things that could go wrong, injuries, and then because of that, we've had to call up a lot of guys. And what this so-called depth that apparently was supposed to be unstoppable has not shown up. No one has stepped up. I mean, we've had Bobby Miller, horrible. We've called up random guys to do. Jose Reyna's on the roster right now. That should just tell you.
We just signed Alexis Diaz, who just got sent down by the Reds.
Yeah.
I mean, we're signing these guys. We're in just desperation mode. We got to get some good quality innings out of somebody because no one's stepping up, especially in that bullpen.
Oh, for sure. And it's a repeat of last year where it was just we were literally picking up stragglers off the side of the road. I'm pretty sure we're just we just pick up hitchhikers on our bus rides to the stadium and be like, hey, man, can you throw a baseball? Because that's how it feels. We have a new guy in our bullpen every night.
And it just sucks, man, because again, the guys that, are, because again, we talked about it, man, the Gratterols, the Kopechs, Evan Phillips is going to be out 2 years with Tommy John. So it's just all of our really good guys have just not been healthy. And again, it's the play that has got this team for the past couple of years, the pitching injuries, whether it's the starting, whether it's the relieving. I don't know what goes on in LA when it comes to arms. It's arms come to die here. I don't understand how the pitchers get so injured. And it's not again, I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but the Dodgers have a really good medical staff. A lot of guys Garrett Cole got his Tommy John surgery by the Dodgers surgeon. So it's not we don't have a good medical team. It's just I don't understand why it's every year where we have these pitching injuries. And again, Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes try to get it with the depth, but the depth has not worked out in any sort of fashion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think that the main thing I want to bring up about everything was going into this year, it was supposed to be the Dodgers have so many arms that we can use guys as Phantom IL guys just to give other guys some run and give some guys some rest. It's gotten to the point now where at the start I'm okay, Phantom IL will be fine. where these guys are missing months at a time for injuries that should really, in our opinion, shouldn't take that. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again, Sergio. If you guys want to hear us rant about how the hell these guys can't stay healthy, go on the last episode. I want to talk about the Yankees series. So that was kind of just giving us the background on how the season's been going and our feeling towards the Dodgers this year. The Yankees series, though, I think is the perfect series to summarize how our season's been going. So, Serge, I want to go game by game with this because I do feel like this has probably been the most important series of the season. I think it was a Friday through Sunday series. It was a World Series rematch. It was New York versus LA. It was East Coast, West Coast. It was Shohei Judge. It had everything. Like, it just had everything that you could want in a series. Every game was nationally televised pretty much. So it was a picture perfect moment for the MLB. The Dodgers actually win this series, and we did. It's weird though because we're finding ways to win, but they just haven't been up to our standards, I think. So I want to start off though with Game 1, Serge. The Dodgers win this game 8-5. This was probably one of the best games of the season, like in terms of entertainment and back and forth and what it had. It was an awesome game to watch. So I just want to give a quick summary of the scoring real quick for the Yankees. Aaron Judge hits a home run. Shohei hits a home run, making it 1-1. Austin Wells, Grisham, and Goldschmidt all homer, making it.
That was unbelievable. I couldn't believe Tony Gonsolin was getting absolutely teed off that game. And again, it started off Judge. Again, we know one of the best players in baseball. He's probably going to win AL MVP again. He home run, but the energy was so good because then we got Shohei. We're right back to it, and then Tony Gonsolin, a guy that's coming back from injury but hasn't been too great, shells 3 home runs. Like we gave up Oppo tacos to Ball Goldschmidt, bro. Yep. It was in a retirement club. Like we can't, that can't be happening. But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Like Tony Gonsolin's like another one of those guys we were talking about, where it's just like you're supposed to step up now, and you're not.
Yeah.
So the Dodgers, though, it was like looking like the same old Dodgers. And then in that sixth inning, something clicked. And I want to give a little bit insight right now. I want to give some insight. I was at this game, and
you were
going into this sixth inning. I was pissed, and I'm like, I was with some people, and I'm just like, bro. This is horrible. The words I used. I said, this shit sounds like an angel game, bro. We need some energy. Then, all of a sudden, stadium goes pitch black. Like, Dodgers play a hype video on the Jumbotron. And then something in the stadium got going, bro. There was like a buzz. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's something you would like. You would like something a movie would show. Where all of a sudden, like, everyone started getting up. It was quiet for that third, fourth, fifth inning because Max Fried had finally caught rhythm for the Yankees. And then in that sixth, Shohei hits the home run. The Dodgers work a couple singles. Freddie Freeman RBI double. Andy Paz RBI single. They draw a walk. The Dodgers would eventually get 2 more and win the game 8-5. This was awesome. Sir,
it was a great game.
Yeah. Is there anything?
It was a time in that moment where, again, and I just think the Dodgers been on the same kind of thing, right? There's games where we go on streaks where we're really hot, where it's 1 through 9 in the lineup hitting, whether it's, and again, I don't want to focus on the long ball. We know that we hit a lot of home runs, but it's the base hits, the doubles, the good base running, the home runs. Like you said, in that 6th inning on, it was everybody onto it. Like, the offense was popping. And then in game 2, like, we haven't gotten there yet, but that was a complete offensive explosion. It was the best offensive performance I've seen from the Dodgers all year, where it was everybody just absolutely raking off the Yankees pitching. And again, we've been going on your streaks like that where we're really good some games, whether it's a 1 or 2 game stretch, but we can't, get a streak of 3, 4, 5, 6, where we've seen this team win 8 in a row to start the season, where we've seen this team win 9, 8 in a row on just absolute domination. So it's been kind of like that, where it's been really streaky, some really good games, and then some really games that have been absolutely sloppy, whether they're wins or losses. But that game 1 was good. And then we go into game 2, which was the best game of the year for the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah. So something I want to leave with game 1 with is I think that this was probably the most important game of the series because it was the first game and it was the night game. I think those night games just feel a little different. This was the first game since the Dodgers went 8-0, since the Dodgers had that crazy comeback against the Braves that kept our streak going at the very start of the year, where I felt like this team finally had some fight. And I thought this was going to wake us up. It was going to get the boys going. Because the way I want to highlight this. The way Shohei Ohtani took over that game. The way that the crowd rallied behind him. The way that the music hits when he comes up. It flipped a switch in the Dodgers. It got everyone going. The way I could describe Shohei Ohtani's dominance right now is when you look at a football game who do you want having the ball down the stretch? You want your quarterback. When you look at a basketball game, who do you want having the ball down the stretch? You want the Kobe's, you want the Jordans, you want those guys with the ball at the end of the game. Baseball's a sport where you can't pick who you have having the ball.
Nope.
It's really just comes up to chance. And although Shohei didn't come up in the exact key situations, when he comes up in those situations where you need something going, you need a rally, 2 home runs in that game, I mean, electric, man. That is what an MVP does. That is what a superstar does. And that is why Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player in the history of the sport.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, man, has put his team on his back since he got in here, man. He has been the MVP. It's like his $700 million contract is underpaid. And I can't believe Juan Soto got $65 million. That's like absolutely asinine to me. But Shohei Ohtani, man, I think too, even before the 16th, with that first inning where Aaron Judge hit a home run, we knew we were playing at home and Shohei Ohtani lead off home run. Like that was like, boom, okay, we're in it. Shohei is here, we're ready. And again, man, Shohei has been absolutely unbelievable. He has 23 home runs on the year. He's probably going to win his 4th MVP. He's going to win back-to-back NL MVP because why? He's the unicorn. He's the superstar. He is the best player in baseball. I will fight to the wall for that. And again, man, he's been really this player all season that's kind of put this team on his back, that's been on these really good hot streaks and kept this team going. And again, that was a pivotal moment. That first inning, the leadoff home run, saying, like, we're here. Like, this is against the Yankees. Like, this ain't no game against the Rockies. This ain't no game against, no. This is the biggest series of the year, of all MLB. It's the World Series rematch at home in L.A. We knew we had to come out with some energy, and Shohei Ohtani did that, which then led to an amazing game, too.
Yeah, the way I describe it and the way I like when I show a little grit with it is I love the way just to go out and sock them in the lip early. Like I think the Yankees had the momentum. You had your Fried, who had literally hadn't given up more than 2 runs at any point in the season. Aaron Judge, their MVP, does his job. Like the Dodgers in need of something. What does Shohei do? He rises to the occasion. That's why he's so good. I feel like at times, especially on this podcast, Serge, is we worry a lot about kind of like the negative. I think that Shohei, it's just because we're so expected, we don't sit down and have these conversations where we're like, dude, he's really freaking good. And I think that it's okay to do it every now and then. And like really, people need to realize that what he is doing is insane. Because you know what's crazy? That before he hits this home run, 2 hours before the game, I'm watching this guy warm up in the outfield to pitch.
Yep.
Like his mind 2 hours before one of the biggest games of the season is, how's my arm feeling in this throwing? And he's still able to show up into the game and hit 2 home runs. That is insanity. And listen, all credit to Aaron Judge. Because Aaron Judge is batting damn near 400 this year. His on-base percentage is damn near 500. But what Shohei Ohtani does on a baseball field is special. And it'll probably never be replicated.
No, he is absolutely phenomenal. He is the greatest baseball player that has ever donned a uniform. And that's not even, he still has 9 more years of his career. And again, I think another factor, like we talk about the negatives, but it's just because we have such high expectations for this team. We're just coming off a World Series win. Like, again, of course we're going to have those expectations, but what Shohei Ohtani does, like you said, warming up before the game, we know what he can do offensively. But you have to know that in Ohtani's mind, like, he wants to get back to pitching. He's realizing that the pitching struggles are huge right now. So he wants to get back to that pitching. He wants to be, and I think if Shohei Ohtani could come back fully healthy, don't rush him, that he could contribute like he's done with the Yankees, where he's an MVP on both. He's a Cy Young and then an MVP caliber hitter. We're never going to see that again in this game, Miggy. You got to understand that. We're not ever going to see a two-way superstar like Shohei Ohtani for the rest of our time, at least and maybe in our lifetime. Because again, what this guy is doing, and as his 2 years as a Dodger, it's been absolutely phenomenal what he's done.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Serge, we kind of got to the pitching side for Shohei. There's a question I want to save for you later, so I'm going to save it for you later about Shohei. We're going to move on now to game 2 of the series. Like Serge said, this was probably our best game. The Dodgers would win the game 18-2. Yes, that, like no typo, no misspeak.
No, 18-2.
18-2. We absolutely destroyed them. I mean, this game was it was ugly. Everyone hit in this game. I mean, Muncy had a homer, Rushing had a homer, Kim had a homer. I mean, it was amazing. Like
it was 10-0 in the second inning.
Yeah, it was a
10
it was a blowout
in the first 2 innings.
Right.
Like it was domination.
Yeah, this was the best game, and I really thought that after that first game, the Dodgers would build off, and that's exactly what they did in game 2.
Yep.
And I really thought after these 2 games, I thought, Serge, here comes like an 8 out of 10 stretch for the Dodgers right now.
Yeah.
we'll get more into that, how that's really not been the case. But this game was an enjoyable game for sure. And then, like, another aspect of the game I enjoyed is, I know it was garbage time, but Landon Knack threw the ball pretty good. So, like, that's something to hold your head high about. We need guys to step up.
First time in years that he's thrown a good game. Like, he stole a home run merge, he gave one, but it was decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, like, this was a game where Kike had to come in and pitch. Like, that should tell you the damn story. Like, Kike goes out there with his stupid helmet. Like, the fact that Kike has had to pitch as much as he had this early in the season is pretty funny. But, yeah, like, the Dodgers, this was everything. Dalton Rushing hit a home run. Granted, it was against a position player. This was fun to watch. This was like, we made their pitcher, Warren, the rookie. Just like, we put him in a freaking cage, honestly. Like, that's the only way I can describe it.
I kind of want to, like, leave something. This was one of the only games that I've seen since maybe that 8-0 run where the Dodgers came out offensively just dominant, where it was just one after the other, just boom, 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 boom. I haven't seen that from the Dodgers in a long time, where it was just utter offensive domination from the beginning. Again, putting up 10 runs against the Yankees in the first 2 innings is unheard of. By the way, Miguel, I don't know if you know this stat or not. I'm going to give a little history right here. It is the most runs the Yankees have ever given up to the Dodgers in their entire history, since back to Brooklyn.
That's crazy.
18 runs. Think about that. 18, I guess, not the Rockies, the New York Yankees, one of the best teams in the AL. Yeah. It was absolute, utter domination. And that is, again, probably the best start I've seen on the offensive side all year from the Dodgers. All year.
Yeah, we bullied them. Like, we really did. And I think that the sweetest part about this win was, even if they won the third game, which they eventually did, we embarrassed them. I think the Yankee fans came
absolute embarrassment.
Oh yeah, I was at the stadium Friday, and the Yankee fans they love to chirp, and they were chirping loud when it was 5-2 Yanks. And I think that after we came back and won game 1, and the way we embarrassed them in game 2, it hurt them. I think the Yankees realized that although their record's better right now, we're still better than them. Like,
no, I mean, we dominated them last year in the World Series in 5 games.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was going to be a 7-game series, and then we come back next year and dominate you in our own house. Yeah. So, we embarrassed them. We completely did embarrass them. But again, I really wanted the sweep, and we couldn't get the sweep done, which sucks.
Yeah. Serge said it best right there. The Dodgers were unable to get the sweep. They lose game 3 of the series 7-3. And this one was a game where I felt like I wasn't too upset about the loss, just because for the fact that we started first of all, we had already won the series, and the Yankees are no pushover team. So I wasn't really expecting a sweep in this series. I was definitely expecting a 2 out of 3. It sucked the Dodgers played as bad as they did in this game. I think Yamamoto, he had 90-something pitches into that 4th inning. He struggled pretty bad there.
It was a really bad start for him. Yeah, it was the first time all year where he looked like defeated. Like, he's been Cy Young caliber the entire year, and this was the one start where he just didn't have his stuff. You know what? And that happens. Again, in baseball, that happens. There's going to be days where players don't have their stuff. And that was one of the days where Yamamoto, from the very beginning, just looked like, doesn't have the stuff today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And he just looked like he couldn't throw anything for a strike. And it was frustrating, for sure. But like I said, he's picked us up so much this year. I'm really not going to be like, my God, Yamamoto blew it. No, bro. He's been nothing short of amazing this year. The offense kind of went stale in this game. We only scored on 3 solo home runs. But like I said, Sergio, I don't think any of us really expected a sweep out of this series. So to be able to take 2 out of 3, it was nice. The only thing that was frustrating was, like, we just didn't hit. Like, we go from 18 runs to not hitting at all. And our first 4 hitters in the lineup went 0 for 16 against Ryan Yarbrough. Yeah. Wasn't like we faced
Ryan Yarbrough.
Like, yeah.
Dominated his old team. Like, absolutely crazy. He had a hell of a start. Yeah, I mean, he's that nasty kind of sidearm type of guy. And Shohei, Betts, Freeman, they couldn't get nothing against him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You have anything on this game? Like I think my mindset was like, I'm not too upset. But it is frustrating that we keep seeing some of this inconsistent play continue.
Well, I wanted the sweep. I knew, and again, it's kind of like the history all across baseball. Anytime a team completely dominates where they put up 18 to 20 runs, most of the time the game after, you're not going to get that. I was expecting a sweep. I think that the energy and the momentum going into that game 3, we wanted the sweep. It was against the Yankees at home. Let's get it done. But, I mean, granted, the offense didn't do great. And Yamamoto, I felt really good because we had Yamamoto. So I was like, okay, going to go out to give him 7 strong innings, and then the bullpen's got to figure it out. And I thought the offense was going to be a little bit better than it was. But was not expecting a Ryan Yarbrough, pitching performance against the Dodgers. So I'm not too mad about it. We put up 18 runs. We did the job. We won the series. That's what I care about. I would have wanted the sweep, but I wasn't too mad about the Sunday loss. I mean, it was like, you know what? It happens. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I didn't worry too much about it. The thing, though, Serge, that like really frustrated me was, okay, we lost. We played bad, but we had already won the first 2 games, and honestly, we played a good team. You got to give them their credit. And that's baseball sometimes. The part that really frustrates me, Serge, is now we can kind of shift over to this Mets series. Just the bad baseball that was played in game 1 against the Mets.
Yep.
And this one, when you string together bad baseball, that's where it just becomes frustrating, man. The Dodgers, they lose this game 4-3 in extra innings, and this game was nothing short of winnable. When it's just so frustrating because I thought after those first 2 Yankee games we were finally gonna, it's like start getting hot. And granted, we did that against the Yankees without Mookie, so I thought okay, maybe we're building, but it just hasn't been the case, man. We go out, we play a sloppy one, like we had multiple chances to try to come back in this game. Tommy Edman strikes out with the bases loaded in the 6th. Shohei pretty much had to carry the offense.
Carries the entire thing.
Yeah,
I was at that game. It was Shohei all the way through. Dustin May had an okay performance. Didn't have a good start. Gave up the leadoff homer in the first goal. But I want to just highlight some players, I think, on the offensive side that haven't been doing their job too much. Teo hasn't been great as of recently, especially when we're in the scoring position. Tommy Edman, ever since he came back from the injury, hasn't been great. Hasn't been that Tommy Tanks that we know. Max Muncy's finally been heating up. Mookie Betts was at that game on Monday. And you know what's kind of crazy, Mickey? Like that game, before the Shohei home run, it was dead, man. Like I'm used to Dodger Stadium bumping. Yeah. When we're losing this season, like the 2 games I've been to, when we're losing, the stadium's quiet.
For sure,
it's like it's dead. And I noticed, I was like, damn, like we're losing, and it's just like it's like frustrating. Like people are upset. Like if we give up 1 run, people are upset. That's just the standards that Dodger fans have for this team. Like if we give up 1 run, they are upset. It's like cussing, it's yelling, it's this, it's that. So, yeah, but, the offense is complete, and there's just some players that have not been, really stepping up to the plate. I think Teoscar Hernandez, again, batting him in the second hole, that's not where he's supposed to be. I think that kind of threw him off a bit, but Tommy Edman didn't do a good job that game. He had a really bad game, and it allowed for a benching in game 2, which I can't believe that we benched Tommy Edman over Michael Conforto, but we'll get to that later. But, I went to that game, and it was all...
Right? Like, it must have been
I hope it was off. I hope it was off day. But I went to that game, and it was all Shohei. He had an absolute tank, and he hit the sac fly. And then we had a chance to walk it off. We had the runner on second, and Teo strikes out swinging that garbage. And then we go into the extra innings, and we bring in Tanner Scott, and that's where the bullpen foes continue. An absolutely terrible way to go out there that game. So, yeah, it was a tough loss. It was a really tough loss.
Yeah, it was frustrating because it just felt – it was so winnable. Like, we had so many chances. We finally scraped a tie. And I'm like, okay – like we do an okay job of keeping the game extended, but now that moves us to our next issue, and I think kind of been I wouldn't say our biggest issue because the Dodgers have a lot of issues, but Tanner Scott. I mean, we paid this guy.
My God. Yeah,
we paid this guy. We paid Tanner Scott all this money to come over and be that electric guy that we saw against us last year when he was on the Padres, when he was striking out Shohei Ohtani literally every at bat.
The kryptonite. He was Shohei's kryptonite. I've never seen a picture make Shohei look as bad as Tanner Scott last year in that NLDS. Yeah, like it was just automatic 3 outs when he came in.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It was literally like just like I was worried. I thought the game was over when he came in. And this Tanner Scott that we saw was high 90s, wipeout slider, and he literally is sitting like 94, 95 right now, and that slider's been hanging. And it killed him. Like he came in. Granted, the runner on second is already there, right?
Yeah.
Like I think you kind of go into that inning being like, okay, like that run has a good chance of scoring. We're not going to blame it too much on the pitcher. But that second run he gives up, that cost us the game, man. That really did.
No, but I am going to say when you know that you have a runner on second already in extra innings, Tanner Scott that has a disgusting breaking ball. Why for the first 2 hitters you start him off with fastballs down the middle? That makes no sense to me. He talked about it in his post-game interview saying, my fastball's been absolutely raked. If you're already knowing that, why would you start off? And granted, yes, it's Francisco Alvarez who's terrible. But we're in the MLB. If you give a 95 cookie down the middle, most of the time it's going to get hit. And that's exactly what happened to those two guys. You gave them fastballs right in their wheelhouse, and they got the job done. Like, why would you go with the fastball in that situation?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said it perfectly there, and I think he's just there's something mentally in his head right now where he's just not himself, and I think that's been costing him, just confidence to be able to go out and dominate. And I think that another thing that's kind of given him a hard time is the fact that he has struggled, but because of all the injuries to our bullpen right now, he's relied upon to still be our high leverage guy, because in another situation where everyone's healthy, we could demote him to a little bit of garbage time to build him back up to being that dominant guy. But right now, the Dodgers need him to be that 8th, 9th inning guy because all our other options are hurt right now. And it sucks on him, but like at the end of the day, we're paying this guy a lot of money to be a lockdown closer, and he's not been that at all.
Yeah, no, he's got to step up. I mean, for your $72 million, you're expected to be that closing guy. And like you said it perfectly. Right now, where this bullpen is fighting, it's really fighting. There's not a one guy that we could go to right now. Tanner Scott has to be that guy. He has to be the lockdown arm. If we're going into the 9th inning with a 1-run lead, he's got to be the guy that can close it out. He's got to be the guy that can get 3 outs. And there's been some times where he hasn't been able to do that.
Oh yeah, he's been bad this year. Like, just to read off some of his stats, in 26 innings, he's given up 27 hits, 14 earned runs, 4 home runs, and he only has 29 strikeouts. He's been like a way better strikeout guy than that throughout his career. It just doesn't feel like he's himself right now. I don't really know I think the solution would probably be stop using him in such high leverage situations until he gets confidence again. But like I said, we need him right now. Like, who else would we throw?
We do.
Honestly, right now, it sounds crazy, but like, bro, if we have to use Ben Kasparius to close games, like right now, I'm okay with it. Like if we got to make adjustments, we have to make adjustments. Like Bezia, he really hasn't been all that dominant this year. Bond has been taking a step back. Like, it just feels like the bullpen hasn't been themselves. And the guys that have stepped up are 2 rookies. Ben Kasparius and Jack Dreyer have been our 2 best relievers this year.
Yep.
So,
again, it's been a complete mess in that bullpen. It's just, I don't know. Like, there hasn't been a guy that stepped up, and again, with so many injuries, like you said, the Sawyers, the Dryers, the Kasparius, they've been okay. But again, especially a guy that you're paying $72 million, he's got to be the guy in that bullpen, and he hasn't been. But as we get into game 2 right now, he has a little better of a thing that he did. So if we get into that game 2, then Tanner Scott kind of did redeem himself.
Yeah, for sure. The Dodgers would go on and finally beat the Mets. It just feels like the Mets have kind of had our number. I want to say they're 3-5 or 3-2 against us so far this year. The Dodgers would go on to win this game 6-5. Another extra inning game where the Dodgers are stuck having to play catch up, and it's a little frustrating. But you know what? A win's a win. I just did my recap on this. I said the same stuff. A win's a win, man. Like, it sucks that it's sloppy, but I'm just glad we're winning games because we are playing a pretty damn good team in the New York Mets. So, in this game, offensively, like, we got off to a pretty good start. I mean, we gave Kersh his leeway. Freddie hit a double. Muncy hit a homer, making it 4-1. And then that 3rd inning hits where Kershaw kind of starts getting in some trouble. And, he gets up a 2-run home run to Soto. And then that 5th inning, that beautiful, annoying 5th inning where Clayton Kershaw is an out away from getting out of this jam. And I know it's Clayton Kershaw. I know we love Clayton Kershaw. I know it's our guy. I know that he's 1 out away from the win. But Pete Alonso already had an RBI hit off him in this game. You have Ben Kasparius, our best reliever, ready in that bullpen. The righty-righty matchup would be in your favor if it's Pete Kasparius. Yeah. Why the hell is Kershaw not getting pulled right there? I know that you want to be like, okay, it's Kersh. Let's give him this chance to prove himself. Let's get him this win. No, man. We're here to win games. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
look, Biggie, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna hurt you a bit because I know how big of a Kershaw fan you are. And look, man, Kershaw is one of the goats of Dodgers, top 3 in Dodger history. I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's starting to be that time. Father Time's catching up. Father Time is catching up. It's the stuff ain't there. He got asked in the post game. You're 37. You feel old. I mean, when you start getting questions like that, it's starting to catch him. And look, man, he still has the curveball, but the fastball slider, it's not there. It's not there. And it's a guy that it's Kersh. most he can give us is what, 5? I mean, it's not a guy now that you can rely on. It's really not. I know he's still coming back from the injury, but it's a guy he's not his dominant fashion no more. And realistically, this season at least, in the starts, I haven't felt confident with Kershaw on the mound.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I haven't.
I agree, man. I really do feel like he's a tick behind. His stuff doesn't look sharp. Like
No.
when I look when I look at him on that mound and I see him with the gray hairs and the sweat coming down his face, and I realize, like, dude, every start he looks like he's huffing and puffing, struggling, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a grind for him to get through these starts.
Yeah.
And the thing that sucks is this: Kershaw shouldn't have to have any pressure when he's pitching. Kershaw can be the 6th starter that makes a spot start every now and then. But guys can't stay healthy, so now we're having to use Kershaw as our number 3 right now. Like, that's just, like, it sucks, man. It sucks on him. But listen, man, like, I think you said it best. He really just hasn't, he's not the same Kershaw.
It's not there. It ain't there no more.
Yeah. This situation, though, I want to have a little bit of a discussion about Dave Roberts' decision making. I don't think Kershaw should have been out there. Every freaking analytical source would have told you, Dave. Since all of a sudden you want to think like a man, like a human being and not a robot. Everyone would have told you right there, Pete Alonso, already an RBI single in the game against Kersh, already had a nice hit against them. Kasparius, our best reliever, warm in the bullpen, who would eventually go 2 2/3 scoreless out of the bullpen. And then you decide to keep in Kersh for what? Just so Kersh could get the win on paper? That's not even guaranteeing that we win the rest of the game.
And there you gotta play the righty matchup. You can't give Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso crushes against lefties. He had already hit a single off Kershaw. You gotta bring in a righty there in that situation. Now, thankfully, we ended up getting the win, but again, it's a move where you're kind of questioning, like, why? Like, I know Kershaw. We know his career, and yes, we want him to get the strikeouts and the wins, but we're here to win, man. And in that situation, you got to bring in the best possible option. And there, it was the righty matchup against Pen Kasparius, not against Kershaw.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely don't think that was the right call. But another part of this game I want to bring up. In that 5th inning, I know Max Muncy hits 2 home runs in this game and pretty much wins us this game. But he also almost lost us this game because that error, that double play changes everything. We could be looking at this Kershaw start a little differently. 5 innings, 3 runs. Like, that's an okay outing from an old man against a good lineup. Like, we're okay with that at the end of the day. But Muncy, you got to make that play. And that's just not even like a hard hit ball. It's not like a tough play.
Nope.
It's like right after you through the wickets. He pulled a Roger Dorn over there at 3rd, bro. You got to make that play. You got to make that play.
Well, luckily he redeemed himself in that 9th inning with the game-tying home run. Right. He said in the post-game that I almost blew the game, so I kind of had to redeem myself. But yeah, man, that shouldn't be happening. You're an MLB third baseman. You gotta make the play. You gotta help your pitcher out. That's one of the most important, especially in Kershaw, a guy that can't go. You gotta get any out that you can for Kershaw for him to get it done. And again, between the legs, it's unacceptable. Yeah, unacceptable.
Cap, and for sure. I wanna say this. I wanna have a little Max Muncy highlight here. Listen, the defense hasn't been all that good this year. You've had your work. You've had your struggles on the throwing side of defense, on the fielding side of defense. But damn, man, if Max Muncy's hitting the ball like this, if Max Muncy's pimping the ball like this, if Max Muncy's sliding into that 5th or 6th spot in the lineup, swinging the bat like this, watch out. Because Max Muncy he can mean everything to this Dodger lineup. He's the bridge from that beautiful top half we have to that bottom half of the lineup. He's right in the middle. Yeah. If Max Muncy's going, the lineup's going, and we saw it last night. Those 2 home runs were absolutely electric. Like, I can only imagine what the stadium must have been like seeing him pimp those. Like, that was beautiful, man.
And ever since he got the glasses, we knew that he was seeing the ball great. He went to Kike's boy, and he's like, give me what Kike got. Kike, ever since he got the glasses, been hitting the ball, and Muncy has been hitting the ball. And I think if he's that 4th or 5th hitter, he's going to be that guy that's going to bring in runs. And right now, we need that guy that's bringing in runs, the RBI machine. And Muncy right now, if he's hitting the ball, again, he hasn't really struck it out that much, which I've been impressed with. He's been watching more pitches. He's been taking more balls. Hasn't been swinging out of the zone at a lot of stuff. That's kind of been Teo's problem. If we've seen Teo's recent at-bats, he's been swinging at a lot of chasing pitches, a lot of pitches that are not even in his wheelhouse. He's just swinging out there. Muncy been taking good at-bats, been swinging at pitches that he knows that he can correct. Like yesterday, that 9th inning home run. high fastball. He knew that he could get the barrel on it, and he got every inch of that baseball, pimped it. But yes, if Max Muncy's hitting like Max Muncy is right now, it's gonna be a huge factor for this team.
Yeah, I completely agree. He really can be, that X factor in this lineup. I want to finish up though. The Dodgers would eventually tie the game based off Max Muncy's home run, and then in that 10th inning, Tanner Scott was kind of nasty. And listen, he's had little spurts where he's looked good, and I'm hoping this is not just a spurt. I hope this is actually him, being better. And then in that 10th inning, Freddie Freeman, who else to get the go ahead or the walk off RBI double, and the Dodgers win. This was a nice win. It was sloppy. We had our bad moments, but the fact that we were able to overcome it, I hope we can build off that, because I think the Dodgers need to realize if we just stop playing so damn sloppy, we're going to dominate these teams. We're better than the Mets and Yankees. I'm saying that right now. I don't care on paper. I don't care who's healthy. Even if we're not healthy, we're a better run team than these guys. We play better together. We have a better chemistry than these guys. We're just better than them. Those guys, I don't like the way the Yankees, Mets, and the Padres, I don't like the way they talk, thinking that they run stuff, bro. We still run this league, man. If we play consistent, we don't play sloppy, we're better than them, and we'll beat them in any series that we play them in. So I want the Dodgers to realize that. We're going to be just fine. They need to find it within themselves, though, to clean up the damn mistakes.
I will say, though, I want to give Tanner Scott his props, because whenever there's a star player that really messes up a game before, makes a mistake, what you want to see as a fan, as a manager, as a teammate, you want to see that player bounce back. And that's exactly what Tanner Scott did. He bounced back. He understood what he did wrong in the last game. And again, you saw right away, Juan Soto, 3 straight breaking balls. And Juan Soto, we know what Juan Soto likes to do. Swing at garbage. Swinging at garbage, that's exactly what Juan Soto does. I'm glad that Tanner Scott made the adjustment, and I hope that he continues to do it throughout the season. If you just make the adjustment, that's the game of baseball. You got to make adjustments. If you know that something ain't working, make the adjustment and fix it. And that's exactly what Tanner Scott did. So I hope he's realizing that you're the guy, bro. You're the guy right now in that bullpen. You got to be the star. You got to be the leader of that bullpen, because, again, the bullpen right now is the weakest link. It's the hole in the ship. So he's got to be the guy, and I'm very, very impressed on how Tanner Scott bounced back, and I hope it continues.
Yeah, I hope he can really build off that. I completely agree, Serge. Yeah, man, I think that I want to shift to this question before we have a little bit of fun to end the episode.
All right.
Shohei, this is the question I was saving for you. Scott's had his issues. Bullpen's been absolutely depleted. I'm just going to be straight up with it. Should Shohei be the closer of this team when he's back, or should we use him as a starter?
If I'm going to give you my complete honest answer, and I think this benefits both the Dodgers and Shohei. Shohei's coming back from his second Tommy John. We know that in baseball, when you're coming off second, it's not the best of stuff. And I think Shohei, we've seen that the Dodgers have been really patient, really taking his time with it, because they want him to be healthy. If I'm Andrew Friedman, I'm going to tell Dave Roberts, look, Dave, I know Shohei can start. I know, but we're going to have Blake Snell and Glasnow. They're going to come back eventually. Let's ride Shohei up in the bullpen, ease his arm in, give him a full offseason of a healthy arm, and then bring him in as the opening day starter for the 2026 season. If I'm Andrew Friedman, I would start Shohei in the bullpen for the rest of this year, give him a full healthy offseason, a full healthy spring training, and make him the opening day starter of 2026. I think for both the Dodgers and Shohei, it's going to benefit, one, for his health, make sure that his arm is fully okay, and we don't want I think it takes the pressure off Shohei of going in there and having to dominate 8 innings, where he's already coming off a second major Tommy John. Put him in the bullpen, give him in for an inning or so, and then give him a full offseason, a full spring training, and 2026 he comes back as our number 1 starter.
Yeah,
that's how I would do it.
Yep, that's the perfect. I think you gave the damn near perfect explanation to that. I'm in the same boat with you. I think that him coming out of the bullpen would be really good, really beneficial for everyone. First of all, the Dodgers clear a hole in that bullpen that they've been dealing with all year long. Second of all, Shohei's arm stays healthy. Third of all, the best hitter on the planet, which is Shohei Ohtani, gets more time to worry about that. Because the Dodgers already proved last year we can win the World Series with Ohtani just as a hitter. If we have him at anything extra he can give as a pitcher, it's just more. It's excess. It's good to have.
It's the cherry on top.
It's the cherry on top, exactly. So I really like that. I agree with the take, Serge. That's honestly, bro, that was damn near perfect. I don't even got anything more to say to that. I think that just makes the most sense. The only thing I kind of wonder, if Shohei does go to the bullpen, how does it work if Shohei's in the lineup and we need him to go warm up, are we gonna pinch hit him? Like
Yeah, that's
think?
kind of where they gotta, see, because like if you're gonna use him as a starter, I don't know how the rules work in MLB if he could still hit because like yeah, if it goes extra innings, you pinch him for Shohei Ohtani for only one, and you lose Shohei as a bat.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Yeah.
I don't know how that would work. Essentially, they would obviously have to figure that out. And again, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if Shohei could go in as the bullpen and then still hit. I don't know how that works essentially. But it's Shohei Ohtani. The MLB, you know how MLB works. MLB is gonna make to see. But again, we still haven't gotten there yet. But if that does end up being the case, they're gonna figure out something. Because again, I don't think you can't risk the fact of losing Shohei in extra innings or in a late inning thing. He's gotta get the at bat.
Yeah. What I'm assuming is this, dude. What I think the Dodgers should do is like they would only use him if they know like he's not due up in like 6 or 7 batters. Like, that might make sense. Or the Dodgers could just honestly, bro, being the Dodgers, dude, build a damn bullpen in the clubhouse so he could freaking warm up and then bounce back up to hit if he has to. Like if that's what we need to do, we need to do it. Like I'm so serious about that. I'm not even freaking joking. Like I know it sounds crazy, but like bro, if Shohei's due up 4th and we need him to close a game, I want him to go throw 10 pitches and then come back on deck. I don't want to use a pinch hitter right there. Like that's how valuable he is. So that kind of makes it fun. Like it makes you wonder, like, would they do something crazy like that and build a damn freaking bullpen in the clubhouse for him? Like that would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to Shohei Ohtani, the best player in baseball, they're going to accommodate to every need. And we don't even know yet. Maybe they do go up to Shohei and tell him the bullpen idea. Maybe he doesn't want to do that. I mean, but again, just coming from our standpoint, I think that would be the best, available option. But we'll see, man. We'll see. And who knows? Maybe after the All-Star break, he might start the first game after the All-Star break for the Dodgers. We'll see what happens. But, that's kind of just our way of seeing it, what would be best for the team.
That would be funny, though, if they had like...
That'd be insane.
Like, yeah, dude, if this guy runs down the tunnel, throws 10 quick warm-up pitches, and then comes back, hits a home run, and then closes out a game. How insane would that be?
They're going to build the show pen down there in the clubhouse.
That'd be good, dude. I like that. Yeah, that'd honestly be very interesting. All right, so Serge, I want to finish on this. We're going to do this off the dome, no research, just kind of like our opinion. It's our opinion at the end.
Dodger knowledge right here.
Yeah. I want to give our all-time Dodger lineup from the 2010s. We saw Miguel Rojas do this, and honestly, I think Miguel Rojas is the perfect example of why there's no wrong or right answers here, because he put himself as the shortstop, knowing damn well he isn't the damn.
And that brother, I don't know what brother's doing. That's bad.
Who's gonna tell him, bro? Who's gonna tell him? So yeah, Serge, would you like to start, or should I? Or we could go like position by position. We could go one.
Yeah, we'll do position by position.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, all right, catcher. Who you got?
Oh well, Will Smith made his debut in 2019, so I'm gonna go Smith.
Right. Smith, I agree. Like I think the other options that were honestly like could have been it, AJ Ellis or Yasmani Grandal.
Barnes.
I don't think any of them.
Oh yeah, Yaz. I forgot about Yaz. Yeah, and I'm still taking Smith.
Yeah, I'm still taking Smith. I agree. First base.
Adrian Gonzalez. Agon.
Oh, you pick Agon? See, I'm in between him or Freddie, bro. I don't know.
Freddie's off 2010s.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot we're doing the 2010s. Yeah.
Yeah, 2010s is Freddie 2022.
Okay, wait. So now I'm kind of rethinking my Will Smith one. Will Smith was only there.
He's 2019. Yeah, but I mean, out of that whole year, I mean, I'm still taking him over Yaz.
I don't know, dude. Okay, I'm gonna stick with Smith. And you know what, bro? Smith was only there like half a year in 19. I'm gonna take Grandal.
Okay, you take Grandal. I'll take Smith.
Yeah, and then I'm also taking Agon. I agree.
Yeah, 2010s, it's Agon.
Freddie's 2020. My mind thought like 2020, 2021 was 2010s. I was blinking right there. Second base. This is kind of weird. I can't really. There's no one that jumps off the page right now.
It's gonna be 2010s. CT3.
Okay, CT3. What I'm gonna do, I think this is where I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna put Kike here. Okay. Kike here.
It's a good move.
But there was like the other options could have been what, like Logan Forsythe, Mark Ellis. That could have been another.
I was gonna say, and this, but I think it's too short of a step. I would have put because I know who's going to be at short. But if I would have put second because he played there a little bit for the Dodgers, I would have put Trey. But I'm going to give CT3 the benefit of the doubt.
Well, yeah, but I think Trey was still 2020s, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to do this again next episode with 2020s. But for
because then it's completely different. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go CT3 at second.
I'm going to go Kike here. Third base. I think this is pretty easy.
JT.
Yeah, JT.
Justin Turner.
The only other guy I thought of was Uribe, but Uribe was up to Justin Turner.
Not even close.
Yeah. Shortstop. I think we both
Seager, but I'm gonna say a fun pick because for all the casuals out there that don't know, in the very beginning of the 2010s, we had a really electric player out there at shortstop, Hanley Ramirez. I loved Hanley.
Dude,
I loved Hanley. Hanley was I'll never forget the celebration. That was dope.
Hey, we would have won the World Series if they didn't break his ribs. Joe Kelly, we forgive you, but we still didn't forget, all right, man? You broke
his ribs. But we obviously know Corey Seager was it's Seager.
Yeah, for sure. He was definitely on a for sure. They don't even got to talk about it. This is where I think it could get fun. That outfield, I think, has the most I
know my outfield.
Okay, why don't we? Well, I gave you we just say all three outfield. Who do you have? Who are your three outfielders?
I got Kemp in left. I got Belly in center, and I got Ethier in right.
Okay, dude, we had the same answer. I think I had the same answer with you. But I'm gonna put Kemp in center just out of nostalgia purposes.
Okay, you could definitely go there.
Nostalgia purposes, I want Kemp in center. You know what? I'll just throw in a utility guy too. Who do you have as a utility guy?
Utility is gonna be Kike.
Kike? Okay, so we kind of went vice versa. I'm gonna go Taylor as my utility guy off the bench, and then pitcher and closer. I think we don't even got to answer. I think we know who our pitcher and closer is too.
Yeah.
So
it's Kershaw and Jansen. Easy money.
We had a pretty similar team. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only thing we kind of disagreed on or didn't choose is
catcher for you. Yeah, I will. Yeah, Grandal had some good, but I think Smith. But when he came up, he was awesome. He was great in that 2019 year. So I'm gonna give it to Smith.
Could you have made a case for Puig and Wright?
Most definitely. I just think his.
Ethier though, bro.
Ethier was good, man. Ethier is very nostalgic to me. Puig as well, but I think Puig kind of just tarnished his way. You know, he kind of tarnished his outlook and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Puig in 2013, bro, I'll never forget that. That was unreal. He hit that grand slam against the Braves, but he hit 4 home runs in his first week in the league. It was unbelievable stuff from Puig.
And he just ran wild, man. It
was
insane.
Okay, so let's the honorable mention.
Honorable mention?
Didn't make the team.
Okay, so Puig's definitely in there. I think oh man, I feel like there's not too many honorable mentions though. I feel like pitching wise, you could think about Greinke. You could think about
Greinke was fun. Greinke was good.
Ryu was there.
Ryu is another good one. Position players though, it'd probably be Puig. I'm trying to go into my ball knowledge here. Who else was kind of insane during that time?
Logan Forsythe, dude. We could throw a show in Logan Forsythe.
Yeah, little David Freeze love. He was good for us for a little bit.
Yeah, but I think these guys were kind of like the staples.
These were this was the starting lineup, bro.
Yeah,
I mean this was the starters
for sure, man. I that was fun. I want to do this again in the 2020s. I think that'd be fun.
2020, yeah, 2020s. That's literally a completely different team. But I will say though, growing up as a Dodgers fan in those 2010s, man, it was fun because. In the beginning, we saw the Dodgers that they weren't good, right? In that Ethier, Kemp, Russell Martin, James Loney, Manny Ramirez era. And then 2013 is where it started all, where we made the playoffs every year with that team of... Bro, Jerry Hairston Jr. was on that team. And now he's an analyst for Sportsnet LA. You had the Mark Ellis's there. You had you had Brandon League in the bullpen.
Brandon League?
Yeah, you had Ronald... You had Ronald Belisario in the bullpen. You had these guys that were just kind of crazy, man. And then going from there on, so yeah, maybe another one that you could have thrown honorable mention because he was kind of good for us, like a Chase Utley,
but those are
Howie Kendrick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jimmy Rollins. I don't know, but I think the 2010s kind of just give a quick nostalgic kind of speech about it. Was the 2010s was full of teams that. We're never really on the same talent level as a lot of the teams we played against in the playoffs. Hell, they're not on the same talent level as the team we have now. But they just knew how to freaking capture the hearts of all the fans.
They did.
Every guy we named was a fan favorite. Like
What?
Aegon, the Hanley years, like those years were so much
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Another
Because
one. He had an insane year 2014. D. Gordon stole 67
Gordon,
bags. Like, I will say though, to this day, one of my favorite teams of all time, and they should have won a ring. That 2017 team was magical.
Sure. Yeah,
That 2017 team, man, that was as a kid growing up as a Dodgers fan, that was peak, bro. I mean, I'll never forget that. And that World Series, bro, I'll never forget, bro. And then when I found out they cheated, that's why it hurt so much. That's why for all those fans out there that say, "Oh, get over it," bro, I would never get over it. They cheated in the World Series.
Get over it though. How do you
and
get
bro,
over
and check this out. And even more, we still won that series in 7 games when they cheated. If they didn't cheat, we would have won that in 5.
You know what my least favorite argument people make is when they go, "Bro, but you guys lost like 2 games at home or something." Like, bro, do you not understand that if they weren't cheating at home, we would have won the series before
we would have won this
series.
To
LA?
We would have won this series.
It wouldn't even have gone back to LA.
And I will say, even though it's a tarnished series, but that Game 5, bro, is one of the greatest games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Game 5 against the Astros, 13-12 final score. Dude, that game was literally, bro, back to back to back to back. It was an insane game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, honestly, I think that'd be a cool idea if we ever did like our favorite games in Dodger history kind of thing. Like
that's definitely up there. That's one of my like tops up there.
I'm writing that down right now. And then another honorable mention that just popped up in my head too. We could have done Jock. Jock could have been up there too.
Oh yeah. No, he was definitely a big part of those teams in the late 2010s. Yeah, Peterson was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jock. Hey, man, he got fat. He's fat now, dude.
Remember when Jock was a center fielder? Jesus.
Jock was center field, bro. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I will say the 2017 2019 Belly was phenomenal, bro. He was insane.
Those were great years. Those were really fun years. I think
those
were good appetizers to what we have now because the teams
now
it's better.
Now it's filet mignon with gravy, mashed potatoes, and we're there.
Those
5-course
meal,
though,
man. Those years, even like the years where it was like Aegon would always be doing that. Like, bro, those were good years.
Dude, it was great growing up as a Dodgers fan. Like being a kid, being in elementary school, being in middle school during that time. Like, and again, it was before like we had major superstars. So again, it was like the Dodgers weren't like this like insane. Like everybody knew who the Dodgers were, but it wasn't a superstar team yet. Like it wasn't those teams. Like the Cardinals were better than us during that time. The Red Sox were better than us. Like there was still like more superstar teams that weren't the Dodgers, and then we became this absolute juggernaut. Where now we're a dynasty. I mean, it's a complete dynasty. Like it's crazy. I'm glad as a kid that I got to grow up in that era rather than growing up in a superstar era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it also made the winning the World Series a little more sweeter, and it kind of made me think of all those teams like that just fell short.
Heartbreak.
All those years.
13, 14, 17, 18.
13 always gets me, man, because if Hanley didn't freaking break his ribs, I think we could have. People forget Hanley was like on a Corey Seager type of postseason run. Like,
yeah, he was phenomenal.
It was insane, dude, insane.
Yeah, crazy stuff, man.
I think that's all we got for everyone today. I think this was a very good episode. I think we had a little bit of a mix of fun with, still talking about, the
present time, and we got a little bit of nostalgia. So yeah, great little episode here.
Good fun.
And I hope we didn't even talk about it, but like I hope that we got the Padres coming up twice in the next couple weeks. Yeah. We have the Cardinals. Padres have been playing really good baseball lately, so we know how that series is going to go. There's going to be a lot of trash talk. There's going to be a lot of chirping. Yep. There's going to be some rivalry. We got one at Petco and we got one in LA. It's a rivalry against the Padres, so I think I think it's not the quite same level as the Yankees because they were the worst ranker, but Dodgers Padres now is what the Dodgers Giants used to be. It's a rivalry, and we got to win.
Yeah, we got to win, and I hope that there's a little bit of fun, like a little, like maybe we go a little more up and in on Joe.
I would love to see a brawl, a bench clearing. That would get something hype.
Dude, that would get us going. I hope so, man.
Like we got like Machado running the mound or something, bro. Like that would be cool.
Especially if they're talking a lot after we just whooped them last year. Like that'd make it sweet. That'd make it sweet if we could
make it sweet. So
have a little fun.
Again, this is a really good time for everybody out there, man. You don't want to miss Dodger baseball. We're playing a lot of good teams. It's a lot of prime time baseball. Like a lot of like teams that are good. So again, like we said, this is a very important stretch. We got Game 3 today against the Mets out of a 4-game set, and then we head to St. Louis and San Diego. So gotta play some good ball. Good ball.
Yeah, should be fun. Everyone, drop a follow. If you're on TikTok, checking out a clip. Subscribe on YouTube. Check it out, guys.
Check us out. Because again, we're a place. You want all your Dodger baseball. LA, me and Miggy, we know the deal. We're gonna give you the content. And again, man, it's summer. Nothing better than summer baseball. Nothing better than those summer nights in LA when you're at Dodger Stadium. It's nothing better.
For sure, for sure. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching.